And such people who are controlled by the modes of ignorance, they will not stop even at eating their own kin. Like Prabhupada is mentioning, there are some parts of the world where there are some very aboriginal tribes. They, when their people, when they become old, when their grandfather or great grandfather, he becomes very old, 80 years old, he cannot walk properly, arthritis, rheumatism, all these kind of things happen. What they do is, now he is no more utility. They cook him, they roast him alive, and they eat him. Cannibals. They do that. There are some tribes who do that. Of course, today, if you talk about this in the today's civilization, they will tell, oh, that is all very backward and all that. Slaughtering animals in the slaughterhouse and eating, that is very advanced. Actually, what we have to understand, during the Vedic civilization, killing animals and eating them was considered very primitive and aboriginal, and it was considered, anybody who eats meat and all that, he will be called a Yavana or Mlecha, and he will be considered an outcast. This used to be the Vedic civilization. Now what has happened is, today, in the very land of the Vedic culture, eating meat is very common. The government itself is maintaining slaughterhouses. Why? Because of the influence of the Western civilization. The Western civilization, which in Vedic times was considered very primitive, and such people who used to eat meat and all were considered outcasts, their culture has become prominent now, and their influence has spread everywhere, because of which we today think that eating meat and all is very common, it's very normal. Why? Because the influence of that culture has overtaken the world. Now there is no guarantee that as time goes by, today's civilization is, what Vedic civilization was thought primitive has now become modern. So no guarantee that today's civilization is thinking those cannibals are primitive. They are cooking their grandfathers and eating. This is all primitive. Today we are thinking like that. Who knows? In the future, their tribe may become powerful, their culture may start influencing everyone, and it spreads all over the world. Then we will think, oh, roasting our grandfather and eating, that is a very nice thing. That is being advanced. And at that time, we'll think something else is primitive. So, this is the way the influence of ignorance spreads in this world. And because of the influence of ignorance, today the civilization thinks killing animals in the slaughterhouse and cooking them and eating in a KFC or a McDonald's, that is very advanced. In reality, that is very primitive. Only animals do that. Only animals eat other animals. If human being also starts eating other animals, then what is the difference between him and other animals? This is the if you have a little bit of intelligence, you can see through this. But because of the covering of Tamisra, Andatamisra, Tamas, Moha and Mahamoha, people cannot see this. They are blind to the reality. So, we should be, the only way to overcome the influence of this ignorance, which is enveloping this whole world, is to spread the Sankirtana movement, and simply by spreading the Sankirtana movement, that atmosphere of ignorance can be converted into an atmosphere of Vishuddha Sattva, and people will start seeing the reality. Just like today, somebody had shared one video where one sadhu, he is talking, he is giving a pravachan, he is giving a lecture, and he is telling, I bow down to Srila Prabhupada. Why? Because he made the Westerners give up coffee and tea, forget about onion and garlic. Such a great influence he had. And look at India today, all the Mahatmas, so-called sadhus who are there, all of us drink coffee and tea. And so Westerners are giving up coffee and tea. And we Indian sadhus, we are still drinking coffee and tea. We have not overcome the influence of coffee and tea. And every household in India, they are very common to eat onion and garlic. But look at Prabhupada's influence. The Westerners who are used to eating even meat and all those things, they have given up all that, and they have given up even coffee, tea, onion and garlic. This is a very commendable thing. That was his observation, which is very true. So that means the kind of people whom Prabhupada came in touch with and with whom Prabhupada, whom Prabhupada instructed, they were all Westerners who were used to not even coffee, tea. They had gone even beyond alcohol. They were into drugs, LSD, marijuana, cocaine. These were the very common things for them. And Prabhupada, just by coming in touch with Prabhupada, they gave up all those drugs, they gave up alcohol, they gave up coffee, tea, they gave up smoking, they gave up drinking coffee and tea, onion and garlic, everything they gave up. Because their covering of ignorance, which was so dense, was completely shattered when they came in touch with Prabhupada. So, simply by coming in touch with a pure devotee like Prabhupada, we can overcome the influence of ignorance. The 5 kinds of ignorance which covers the living entity, it's very, very dense. But with the help of a pure devotee who is completely in knowledge, we can easily overcome the covering of ignorance, which otherwise is impossible. On our own strength, with our own intelligence, if we try to overcome the influence of ignorance, not possible. It is only possible by coming in touch with a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada. So therefore, we have to firmly cling on to the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, and by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can very easily overcome the influence of ignorance, and we can become situated in Vishuddha Sattva Guna, and at the end of this life, we can go back to Godhead.